Hello, in this video I'm going to talk about one of the staples of sentence correction in GMAT, the parallel structures. Along with modifiers, this is the most common feature in sentence correction. This is the first part of the video in which I'm going to talk about medium and easy level questions. Today we're looking at one of the most common topics tested in sentence correction, called parallelism. This feature involves both the grammar and the meaning. Elements that are parallel should match in their grammatical form and must serve the same logical role in the sentence. These two criteria apply to all types of parallel structures. There are different types of elements that can be parallel. Individual words, such as nouns, adjectives, verbs, phrases, such as prepositional phrases, participle phrases, or gerund phrases, and clauses. Usually, parallel elements are joined by the following parallel markers. The classical parallel signals are the coordinating conjunctions and, or, and but. And can join two or more elements. Remember that the last element in the list is always preceded by comma and conjunction and. Correlative conjunctions are also parallel markers. These 5 are used very often. As well as and rather than also require parallelism. And finally, many idioms require its elements to be parallel too. For example, to substitute x for y or to mistake x for y. Beware of broken parallelism. In this example, the second part of the conjunction not only but also is interrupted by the pronoun he. This is a common type of incorrect answer choice. The second part of the conjunction should be followed by the verb. So the pronoun he breaks the parallelism again. And this is how this parallel structure should look like. Parallel structures with correlative conjunctions and idioms often involve the use of prepositions. Here is a very useful rule that we can always rely on. Remember that we can use a preposition once outside the structure or twice inside the structure. Take a look at these two examples. In the first example, preposition to is used outside the structure both and in the second one, it is used twice inside the structure, both to and to. Remember to choose answer choices with either the first option or the second one, but not their mix. Now let's consider some examples. Please pause your video for 1.5 minutes and try to pick the right answer. Okay, the first thing we should notice that this sentence involves the use of correlative conjunction. From, to. Therefore, the elements following from and to should match in their grammar and meaning. Let's look through the answer choices. In option A, emphasizing and expand have different grammatical forms. Therefore, this answer is incorrect. In option B, emphasizing is parallel to expanding. However, there is an element that breaks our parallelism. It's the word then. Moreover, the use of the pronoun itself in both options B and A is awkward. Option C. Again, emphasis is not parallel to expanding. Option D uses the parallelism of a noun to a verb, so it's also incorrect. And finally, option E has a correct parallel structure and does not include any redundant elements. Therefore, it's correct. And another example. 1.5 minutes as always. Again, in this case, we can notice a correlative conjunction. Both and. Elements following both parts of the conjunction should match in their grammatical form. And preposition by should be used either once outside the structure or twice inside. In option A, the preposition by is used before the first element, but it's not there before the second element. Therefore, it's incorrect. Option B does not involve the correlative conjunction, so we can use preposition for once. However, as well is a redundant element. Option C uses the preposition once outside the structure. It is correct, so we can leave it for now. Option D looks redundant, plus it has a wrong use of the pronoun they and the word also. And option E misses the preposition by before the second element. Therefore, it's incorrect. Another aspect to consider is the use of the modal verb must. It appears as a part of this structure, mandates that any new drug undergo. This structure is called common subjunctive mood. We will learn about these structures in our subject-verb agreement video. The use of the modal verb must before undergo breaks the structure. So we're left with option C, which is grammatically correct and which is the most concise answer. And the final example in this video. Press pause and pick the answer. In this example, conjunction and indicates that we have a list, and the elements in this list are subordinate clauses. Where criminals purchase guns, how gun owners are trained in the use of firearms, and the last one in the underlined portion. All subordinate clauses in the list should be as similar as possible, and therefore should start with the subordinate conjunction or with a pronoun. So we can eliminate answer choices C, D, and E that do not fit this criterion. The word order in subordinate clauses should be the same as in simple affirmative sentences. In option B, it looks like that in a question, and it's incorrect. Secondly, the use of the idiom to be liable to do something is incorrect here. So option B is the right answer. This is the end of the first part of the video on parallelism. Thank you for watching and stay tuned.